to Day Faggots. We're back with another video, and this is gonna be what if Naruto was born with an important bloodline, part 1. The night of the Kyuubi attack, massive lumps of chakra from the Kyuubi burst out. As the Kyuubi's orange hair turned gold, his teeth less feral, and the moonlit sky burned with passion. As the beast up above within the moon cheered, as the beast gave the Nine Tails the key to its true power and the bloodline which it had. As the Kyuubi roared loudly, 13 orbs appeared within the sky. As the orbs descended slowly, boom! A loud noise could be heard as the orbs exploded, wiping out sections of the village. Wiping out 1/3 of the village easily. Now this is something that the village couldn't afford. Now 1/3 of the village, I'm going to say this 1/3 was no villagers. It was just really like casual joining. Basically. This was the Shinobi district. And all of the stronger Shinobi were actually like with Minato trying to fight off the shit. So yeah, no one important will die, but a lot of people died. So like there's literally almost zero Shinobi left, because like most of the village is composed up of like fucking villagers, like what you expect. So yeah. As the black orbs, as the golden orbs, more golden orbs, as the orbs burst out of the Kyuubi's skin, piercing the area, making large dents within the area, leaving residue of massive amounts of chakra. As Minato looked forth, Raiden style, perfect flying Raiden, he yelled out as he threw up around 3,000 of his kunai as they all surrounded the nine-tailed fox. Raiden style, he said as he began to teleport around the fox quickly and swiftly. Death Reaper seal, he yelled out as all of the kunai seemingly flew towards the Nine Tails as they planted in the Nine Tails. The Nine Tails was pushed in so hard that his chakra had to fizzify. I guess. He physified. So he couldn't like physically touch them. Defizzify as they as they burst, defizzify. As it was pushed further in, the Nine Tails was raging. How could it be subjected to this? Raiden style, burst orb, he yelled out as the Nine Tails was compressed into an orb as the Reaper appeared. As he grabbed onto the orb, as he pushed his hand down rapidly, as the orb slammed into a baby Naruto, pushing it all the way in. as Naruto's body began to crackle as his skin sizzled. Minato fell towards the ground. Right style. Flying rage, he said slowly as he disappeared and reappeared beside his young newborn son. He saw Kushina as she had one of his Raijin kunai pressed through her skull. I'm sorry, Kushina, for the pain that I've caused you, but her son needs someone, he said as he fell down towards the ground, dead. Time skip. 5 minutes later. Hiruzen found himself digging through his memories of possible names that Kushina or Kushina would have suggested to him. Some name. Think, he thought, as he breached through his memory, pressing hard to find out what their son's name was. A name popped into his head. Naruto, he said, as he then looked towards... Yes, sir, there are more! As he then looked towards the other one, well, the other two next to him. But yeah. I said Naruto, correct? Yeah. Naruto. Kushida and Minma, yeah, he said. As the couple only expected twins, not triplets, so he had to come on with a name on the fly for the last, which is Minma. Time skip 4 years later. In a field, Minma threw a kunai towards Naruto. Raijin style! Flying Thunder God Fist! He yelled out as lightning surrounded his arm as he pushed on forward. Die, demon! As his fist landed, poof! 13 orbs blasted into his stomach as he flew up. Hold on, wait. Let's get a name for this release. No. PA style. Yeah, PA style. Birth of the lion. Well, birth of the Kyuubi, he yelled out as the gigantic beast, about 4 times the size of Minma. By the way, they're really small, so they're not. In plus, the Nine Tails is way larger than 4 times the size of a child, or even a normal shinobi. So yeah, think about that, Daddy. Think about that. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, basically. As the gigantic Kyuubi, well, compared to Minma, appeared, as his teeth were ready to slam down on Minma. Minma laughed. You never take us! You never take my brother! Mito yelled as she flew towards Naruto rapidly as her leg came down, descending upon Naruto as if it was a missile ready to destroy the entire planet. As Naruto lifted up his arms very much quickly as hell as it pushed down upon him as he was sent into the earth slightly. The sound of the earth cracking beneath Naruto's feet could be heard as Naruto pushed up. Then he kicked Mito in the side, sending her flying back. Then he burst off the room as the Kyuubi just stand there stationary. Finish the attack, Naruto said as he continued. Samurai style! What? No. He heard a call from behind him. Samurai style! Lightning whip flash! As he looked back, boom! Mito flashed towards him with a magnificent sword in her hand, katana in her hand, as she went to slice through Naruto. Alright, kids, it's time for you to go to the doctor. Sarutobi said as he looked at the three kids in a messed up house, in a messed up apartment. I told you you couldn't play games in the apartment. Yeah. The old geezer said as he looked towards Naruto, who held the tight a gigantic Kyuubi plush with like just attached to the bottom. It's just a tiny Minato with his kunai at the bottom of it, but they pretended like he wasn't there. So yeah. Sarutobi said as he pinched the bridge of his nose. This is getting annoying. You have to go to the doctor to test for your bloodlines. After all, Swift Release is a powerful bloodline indeed, capable of moving in seconds, speeding up that of the human physiology, being able to turn things into dust by speeding up the time around it. Swift Release is dangerous. Sarutobi concluded as they went towards the special hospital reserved for only that of clan heads in minor clans to test for bloodlines. Basically, it specializes in bloodline finding. First, Minma, come up. A voice called as Minma walked into the room. You then heard Minma screaming, "What is that? What is that?" Shh, it's just a needle, Minma, the doctor said, annoyed at the fact that Minma was so scared of a needle. Now, I'll just prick you on the arm slightly. It won't hurt a bit. And if you be a good boy, you'll get a sucker, the doctor said, as Minma As they heard the noise quiet down, Mima came out with a smile on his face and a lollipop. No, lollipops, they just too big for little kids. These bitches. Let's say, Dum Dum. Smart. This is gonna be a knocked out version of the Dumb Sucker. So, it's basically just gonna be the Smart Sucker. He had a smart sucker in his mouth. Yes, sir. Smart suckers. Get them for free. He had a smart sucker inside his mouth. Next, Mito. The voice called as Mito went inside of the room. There was no noise like with Mima. And she came out smiling with a dum-dum. No, with a dummy. Now, the little Smarty candies, but it's like tablets, these tiny little tablets in their candy. You taste them and they're good. And it's just knocked offers. Now, Naruto, the woman said as Naruto walked in. Naruto noticed that all around was just mainly the color white, and it was extremely cold in here. As Naruto shivered, he sat inside of a chair, which was elevated off of the ground, which had special equipment. Now, this equipment was like kind of new to the ninja world. It was a very, very much new technology. It's really new. We can say that. It's new. It's a new technology. So it's not going to be as advanced as you see in our doctor's office. It's going to be fresh. Fresh. As the woman pulled out a needle, she pricked Naruto's arm as BOOM! Orbs. No. As she pricked it, as she took out the needle, after getting a bit of his blood, tiny white like completely white and completely black orbs flowed out of his arm. She wondered if that was a sign of his bloodline awakening, so she was going to test it later. As she went into the medical facility, she gave this to a woman. Scan over this. Which were two vials. One of Minato, many clan people's blood, even Uchiha, even the Senju. There's a lot of people. And these were from important figures, by the way. Important clan people. So, yeah. As the medic waved her hand over the vials, she scanned through them, through Naruto's vial. She instantly noticed a genus which was different from Minato Namikaze's. As she flooded through Kushina, since she couldn't find it, she found it. Since Kushina was also a bearer of the Nine Tails. By the way, Kushi-Ada and Minma also have this bloodline, so yeah, they're gonna have it as well. But it's gonna be, let's say, theirs is gonna be diluted. As she scanned through it, it was an unawakened genus within Kushina. As she scanned to activate the genus, the blood vial, which had been kept for safe keeps, white and black balls began to float up towards the top, popping off the cork. As they floated up towards the ceiling, boom, boom! As they touched the ceiling, explosions were let off. As she quickly topped, corked the base thing, and shut off the genius. She said as she scanned through it further. She scanned through the genius with Naruto. It seemed that Naruto's was more refined. Yeah, it seemed that Naruto's was more refined than Kushina's. As she touched upon the next two, their bloodlines was also active, but they were around the same as Kushina's, not as refined as Naruto's. She also found the genius for swift release in all three test results. As she came outside, smiled. Give this to the three, along with this one, towards the one who brought them here. The woman said as she handed them towards the nurse. The nurse walked outside, handing them all three one, then handed one towards the third Hokage, which detailed all of it. First, you have the fourth Hokage swift release, as well as an unknown genius, which seems to have explosive capabilities. This same was said for them. Like for basically a rundown of Minma, bro, who the fuck moans when their belly, like when someone pokes their belly, like I think I got a problem.
What's cooking?
Naruto? Yeah, Minma's sheet of paper. This is basically a rundown of basically theirs. Swift release, as well as an unknown genius which seems to be unstable within your blood. To stabilize it, you have to go through intense training to get it to work actively. Now there we go for them. Back on to Sarutobi's sheet. Sarutobi read the information. Naruto has a refined version of this bloodline, but Kushina never showed me it. Wait, they have the Uzumaki chains as well. Well, they will most likely have the Uzumaki chains as well. Was written at the bottom of the sheet. As Naruto read on, you'll most likely have the Uzumaki chains. And the same as red. Goes for like Minma and Mito. Kushieda. I said Minma and Mito. It's Minma and Kushieda. Anyway, we see Naruto. Time skip. 1 year later, Naruto was in the field practicing his chakra control as he sat there and meditated. Ever since he learned about his bloodline, him and his brother and sister had been training like dogs. They asked Sarutobi, well, they practically begged Sarutobi for chakra chain sheets for the last week after learning of the fact that they had a bloodline. After Sarutobi finally gave in and showed them as long as chakra they gave them and showed them how to use chakra, how to better your chakra control, along with nature release sheets, he left off. With Naruto, a leaf fell down towards the ground as a tiny orb the size, let's say, of Naruto's finger, stretched out into a blade-like pattern as it shot off towards the leaf, cutting it in half, then exploding the leaf. Then exploding the leaf. Minna and Mito, although their brother was a prodigy in their unknown genus, bloodline genus, they were not prodigies, to say the least. In fact, Minma completely flopped at it, while Kushieda was moderately good at using it. She had just learned how to control the bloodlines good enough to stabilize it. So her children will be born. If she has children, her children will be born with Naruto as a virgin of the bloodline instead of her own, which will be extremely hard to control. Like I said, she also had trained with the chakra chains, which is the only reason why she didn't completely with her own how prodigy she is compared to Naruto. She is a massive prodigy, which is the only reason why she wasn't at Naruto's level. Minma, on the other hand, knew how to control it. Well, as soon as Minma unlocked his chakra and his chakra coils, his chakra coils exploded with power, along with Naruto and Kushieda. All three of the siblings weren't supposed to unlock their chakra until 12 years old, which most people didn't. What they didn't know was that stretching and flexing chakra coils while they're still in, what is that called? Stretching and flexing chakra coils while they're still in the beta, while they're still growing, may be strenuous and tiring, but the benefits of it will dramatically boost power for the future. Chakra pools of civilians could go up to that of Uzumaki if they trained their chakra coils good enough. While ninjas could have Kage level, and Uzumaki could just be fucking too OP. By the way, Naruto and the gang are 5.
So, you don't even say none of that bullshit? No more bullshit. I say 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 no more bullshit. No
more bullshit.
He's a daddy. Oh no bullshit.
Yes, sir. Although men must locked it within the category, his Uzumaki chains were basically, he was basically God with him. He was with that shit around. He could use them from his hands, his fingers, his toes, his face, his ear, his back, his eye. He could fucking use it anywhere. And his Uzumaki chains were better than anyone. While Naruto was moderate. Naruto perfected the PA release, which stands for Planetary Ash, by the way. PA release. He mastered PA release. Because Naruto didn't understand it as anything but a fucking fucking God telling him to call it that. Because of the fucking fact that he thought of a release similar towards that, with properties similar towards it, towards his bloodline and shit. Before the first day before he actually gained the bloodline, before he knew that he had it, which is fucking incredible. By the way, the PA release has fucking different stages, fucking a dojutsu that goes with it. Y'all don't know me. The PA are gone, bitch. Planetary Ash are gone, bitch. We all are in this shit, sucking good pussy. Look at y'all, y'all gay as a bitch. Anyway. Naruto looked forward. Yeah, Naruto looked forward as he coughed up blood. As his eyes opened wide. Well, yeah. He was moderately good with the chakra chains. He could make them appear at all points in his body, but they were weaker that way. But on his back, they were fucking OP. Too OP. Like, they were on minimus. Well, not minimus level, but a generally good level. So, yeah, we're giving all of them their certain perks with their power. We're giving them all certain good things. So, yeah. Also, Swift release. We talking Swift. Kushiada is blind. Like Raiden release. By the way, Raiden release is fucking Swift release, but it's worse. It's basically like an unconcentrated version of Swift release, which he pours, he didn't know he was doing this, but he was pouring Swift release chakra into his kunai before throwing them, which made them go through the air really quickly. And he could also create seals with it, so it was really good. And it was OP overall, but it's nothing compared to PA release, which comes with its own gan. Like for fucking Rinnegan, Sharingan, all them shit ass, pussy ass dojutsu don't compare. I'm about to turn Naruto into fucking God with no dick on it. Shit, yeah. Cause yeah. I'm about to turn him into a nigga who could literally slaughter entire planets without giving a fuck. He about to be cold as ice, good as a bitch, and slime as a hoe. Well, why I say slime as a whole. Well, most niggas currently aren't as real as they say they are. So, hoes are good enough. Fuck it. So, fuck it, we're gonna say the hoes are good enough. Slime is a bitch. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, slime is a bitch. As Naruto coughed up a bit of blood. Never mind. We see Naruto time skip. 3 years later, the trio had been training vigorously within that time, and their reservoir of abilities with their powers is just overall fucking godly. Crusader has mastered the swift release to an unprecedented level, pushing her up to at least high Jonin level, and I say at least. That's when she's trying as hard as possible, by the way. And when she's not trying at all, she's just like, let's say, mid tuning level. Because I don't want him to be that strong, I just want him to be up there. Naruto. He mastered the PA release to an unprecedented level. Like, this nigga doesn't require it to come out of his body, by the way. All of them could do this ability, which I'm gonna give Minma. Because the Uzumaki chains, they've already mastered those, and they're moving on to harder to master abilities. Such as swift release. So yeah. Naruto was good with Swift. He had mastered PA to unprecedented level. And now, finally for Minma. Minma was able to detach, like to basically create chakra chains anywhere that he looked. Like he was looking at you, chains are now all around your body. This is a fucking jujitsu level greatness. Also, he is able to basically has like a weaker version of Swift release. He has a weaker version of Swift release under his belt. Like Raijin release, he got that down packed. Like he's in guaranteed pro with this shit. Swift release, he's moderately good. So yeah, man, PA release, let's say he has gotten to the level which Naruto was when he was 5. Same for Crusader, because she's not on Naruto's level. Like anyway, it's time for the leveling for both Minma, Crusader, and Minma. Now all of them are high tuning level, breaching, bordering low Jonin level. So yeah, it's really good. It's really good. So yeah, Naruto looked forth as he had vision. He looked towards the academy as he turned towards his brother and sister. It is time. It is time for the Konoha 3 to assemble. No, for the Roji to assemble. Anyway, guys, I'm adding a new group to this shit, and they're gonna be the strongest within Naruto's time vacations. Naruto has gone off, and he's him and the gang have been leaving Sarutobi lonely as a bitch, but since they are so good at the, like, fucking, come on, shadow clones are easy. That's easy collapse if you are close to high tuning level and have fucking chakra levels which can clap on Kage's practically easily. In his bordering 10 tails level, you don't need any of that shit. You're just good. You're a beast. You're a god mode, basically. You just went into raw. So yeah. By the way, the Rogi, basically, are missing Nin from Konoha, which are fucking OP. So yeah. Finally, I'm sorry for me fucking not for me just not uploading for a long time, and there's a reason behind this. Obviously, if you see me fucking posting from a fucking computer again, I hate computers. Y'all should know this. Y'all bitches in my eyes if y'all didn't know that. So yeah, I don't like that. I don't give a shit. I just do not like that. And yeah. Oh my god. Y'all look at y'all gay. Y'all gay as a bitch. Y'all still over here when I just moan. Anyway, I need to finish the Rogi. I'm also introducing a few extra characters. So for everyone who stayed here, you'll get a little background story for some members of the Rogi. First, there is Raikimoru. Raikimoru is an S-class shinobi who basically, once he fought against Naruto, was slapped on with practical ease. Even though Naruto, he is an S-class in terms of street, that doesn't mean his skills ain't up there. His jutsu, because this nigga literally has Uzumaki chains. He look at niggas. And chains are wrapped all around their body, having them stiff as a bitch. And if he and he has the chains, let's say that the chains have 5 different levels. Now there's first the eternal white, the eternal blue, the eternal red, the eternal orange, and the eternal black. Now, as you can assume, the eternal white and eternal black are the strongest, with the eternal black being the strongest because of the fact that it consumes while light exudes. And orange, and we're just gonna get rid of the orange and shit. There's red, blue, and orange. Yeah, red, blue, and orange. And those, they're just average Uzumaki type shit, because chakra is blue. Some people have red chakra, some people, for the Jinchuriki, and I'm pretty sure that Uzumaki had orange and red chakra because of the fact that Korra had orange Uzumaki chains. Oh, that was just me. Or it was just me, so fuck y'all if y'all don't agree. Anyway, yeah. So yeah. He is extremely strong. He can basically clap on, let's say, the 3 tails in box with the 4 tails before he gets whooped. So yeah, he's really strong. Then there's Rojimon. Rojimon is A rank, about to hit S class. With he's S class, but his skills are A rank. Since he's a Joshi worshiper, he's not Hidan levels of crazy, but he's a Joshi worshiper, and yeah, that gives him the ability of more immortality. So just as Hidan was, Hidan, I'm pretty sure that nigga was not close to S-Class in terms of power. He just was considered S-Class because he was unkillable. So yeah. And finally, since I said 6, y'all already know I had to implant an OP character, Rokusaku. Rokusaku is a lightning user who's also Uzumaki, and he has the glare chain effect as well. But he just got clapped on by the combined efforts. By the way, when combined as efforts, they're highest class. And the reason why they have such a huge jump in power is because of the fact that they are fucking really good at teamwork, and they're really powerful in their own respectable ways. So yeah, that's pretty much almost all. But anyway, he's mid S tier. He's a mid S tier opponent whose main affinities are lightning and wind. Also water. Because he has the storm release, scorch release, and crystal release. So yeah, he also has crystal release. Bye.